Very cool. Welcome to another edition of The Countdown. I'm Tom Vasquez.
And I'm Megan Cashone.
Thanks for joining us again. We'll give you our opinions. You can take them or you can leave them. I really don't think I care. I think we should start with this one. I want to ask you your opinion on this.
Sure.
Now, apparently, college in Minnesota, St. Thomas, University of St. Thomas, a college kid broke into another family's home around 10 o'clock p.m. dressed as a zombie Santa. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is what?
Terrifying.
Terrifying?
Absolutely.
For me, it's alcohol.
You think so? Well, yeah, naturally.
I know
but,
so.
But if that happened to me, that is not the first thing that would come to my mind. College kid drunk. I would think, oh my God, what is that?
Someone's
Where
breaking
did he
into my
come
house.
from?
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, according to the article, he was blackout drunk.
Okay.
Instead of making zombie
I
noises,
assume.
apparently he puked everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
It's early. He's like rushing Halloween and Christmas at the same time. We're not
Right.
even there at either of them.
Right.
I'm actually baffled at his Santa zombie attempt.
I'm baffled that he's that drunk at 9:45 at night. Blackout drunk? I mean, yeah, drunk, but blackout?
Is there a normal time that usually happens?
I mean, I just think that's early.
Early.
I'm saying that's
okay.
early.
Okay.
That's too early to be blackout drunk.
I say,
I mean, when did he start drinking?
well, the fact that he was belligerently drunk breaking into another home at
Right.
9:45 should say that he probably started
Early. Real early.
beyond early. I don't know.
Maybe he never stopped drinking that
just
weekend. and
Promise me I won't hear about you doing something like this.
You have my word. Tom.
Okay.
I will
If you
never
do,
that.
just screw the Santa outfit.
Okay.
Just
all
stick
right,
with
just
Halloween.
Leave that one out.
Just stick with Halloween.
Sounds good.
Okay, I figure it like this. The average cost of college is what, $20,000 a year? Now, according to these estimates that I got off the web, you can pass those around, someone with no education beyond high school can expect to make about $20,000 a year.
I think college is a interesting atmosphere in terms of having many different opinions. I think one of the worst things, there's a couple things that they start to sort of list out as what college is for. I think there's a couple good ones. It's where you find out what you love to do. You got so many resources. I think all of that's really great in merit, but ultimately I think it leaves behind the kids who truly don't really fit in at a
Right.
college campus.
Right. Well, I think, you need to take that into consideration when you're in high school, is where am I going to benefit the most? And you probably won't benefit the most if you don't fit in.
I don't think high schools spend enough time on that. I think guidance counselors
Right.
sort of skip over it.
Oh, definitely.
And then you end up getting thrown into something that's not really familiar to you, which is, of course, going to happen, but
Right.
you're expecting it to be more familiar.
Exactly.
I think there needs to be more of a cushion. Like, oh, I know this is going to be rough,
Right. And unfortunately, in high school, you're not taught how to overcome that, how to find ways to fit in, how to find people who are like you, have the same interests.
I think
You're not taught that.
because you're only focusing on how to plain old get in.
Yes.
It's
exactly.
not okay. You're in. Like it's like oh,
Right.
we know you're going to get somewhere, but now let's look at the interpersonal sort of things you need.
Exactly.
I think it's totally overlooked, and personally, I can tell you, transitioning it's tough. You can't rush something like that.
Oh,
so I think you can sort of try to generalize what college is supposed to be for, but I think
Right.
at the end of the day, it's just way too subjective.
Exactly. It's all opinionated. You're not going to find the average answer. So apparently, 200,000 users, their pictures were leaked all over the internet.
So
And it's not pretty. No.
so hackers apparently
Hackers, yeah.
behind it.
It was hackers. Snapchat says that they had nothing to do with it.
I think, first of all, Snapchat created the app. The picture will be permanently erased. Nothing's ever permanent
It's never.
when it comes
Once it's
to.
out there,
And I
know.
somehow so many people still bought into it. Like, oh, it'll just disappear. I mean, no.
it doesn't work like that. You have to be so careful on apps like these.
But those are the apps that promote carelessness.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like you have an app that requires the utmost sort of caution with what you put out there, and yet it promotes just hitting the F it button and
yeah.
going for it,
Definitely. You need to be careful. I mean, enough said. Like,
Considering, though, that Snapchat makes so much money doing what they do, I think these things should be more avoidable, or They should be able to avoid these things.
Yeah,
Look, they make so much money. I think a problem like this shouldn't be happening. Maybe the hackers are just too good.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, almost everyone has Snapchat
Right.
who can get the app.
Right.
And so this should have never have happened. But then again, you know, you hear these celebrities about their nudes released.
Right.
And you think they would have protection so that that doesn't happen.
Right. I think it's, Snapchat, iCloud, a
Exactly.
couple of the same sort of similar things.
Right. So, Tom, I went on Craigslist and I put your name down for a Harvard student miniature you. So basically, you are going to be this Harvard kid, a freshman in college, and
Okay.
you're going to do all his work, pass all his tests. You're going to live in a dorm. You're going to go to eat at the caf, and he's going to pay you all your expenses, $40,000 a year for you, and $10,000 after if you do what he wants you to do.
Here's my question. The fact that they posted an article on this.
Yes.
If I'm hearing you correctly, there's a gentleman willing to pay another student to do his work for him at
Yes.
Harvard. First of all, you got accepted into Harvard, okay? I think you should be a little bit more, smart to sort of not try something like this.
Not even smart. It's just
Common sense? There you
Yeah,
go.
Exactly.
Number two, they posted an article on it.
Yeah.
So clearly, the plan is, it's done.
Oh yeah.
How are you going to, now Harvard, if they're intelligent, if whoever is working on the Harvard board is smart,
Right.
they'll be on the lookout for some sort of for any sort of phony foul play
Oh,
going
definitely.
on with sort of thing.
They are going to have their eye on every single freshman male
The-
at Harvard.
The unfortunate thing is that college, in essence, is basically your time to learn, not only about other things, but about yourself.
Right.
And to pay somebody else to do it for you makes no sense.
Right.
Because you're basically letting them do what you're supposed to be doing.
I mean, and like he
And
said,
it's illegal.
$40,000 a year, $10,000 bonus after graduation. I mean, you're up to 40, 80, 120. You're up to a lot of money there. And like, how is he paying for this? I don't understand that.
Well, it's illegal.
Well, it's illegal, and he's not going to have a job after.
Yeah, no job, no job. I think in conclusion, then we'll sort of slide back to home on Lemoyne College campus. We just received a new clock
Yes,
for our quad.
I saw that.
Did you see it
walking out
coming in today? Yeah,
I liked it.
really.
I did. I did only see the clock at night. I have not seen it during the day.
I think it looks the best at night.
You do?
I do.
Okay, I have not seen it during the day yet.
But I think, and I heard it was a donation from one of the an alumni couple.
Okay.
Who were willing to sort of give us this sort of thing. I like the idea of a clock. I just wonder if maybe there were other more pressing things we could have used a donation for.
Right. I'm curious if they were donated the money specifically for the clock,
Right?
or just the money, do what you
So
want
like,
with it.
hey, listen, you can't have our money unless you use it for a clock.
right.
Maybe
Which-
that makes sense.
It has happened before on
Right,
campus,
right.
but I mean, if that wasn't the case and they were just given this donation,
Yeah.
I would truly hope that they would not have spent it.
Here's a
on
hypothetical for you. What if there are like 5 other alumni families out there, all of which will only give us money if we build clocks?
I mean, that's a lot of clocks.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
apparently,
like, do you accept it?
well,
even though you
nowadays
want
it's like
5 clocks?
oh, if we can't even use the money for what we want, we'll still take the money and build a.
But it
another
doesn't
clock.
look good for the campus if you have billions of clocks all over. I
don't
mean,
know.
there has to be a limit.
It'd be
I feel
kinda
like
cool.
somewhere. Well, I mean, it would
For
be
Halloween, it'd be cool. You'd be like, oh my
right?
God.
But
Screw people up, change the time on everything. Be like, oh my God, I'm on the Pacific Coast over here.
okay, Tom.
Then
well,
I'm on
when
the
you're
West
late for
Coast over
class,
here.
When you're late for class, you let me know how cool it is.
I think we've exhausted our college campus stories for this week. Be on the lookout for some weird college stories for us. If you have any suggestions, we'd love to hear them. Our Twitter handle is LCTV Lemoyne, at LCTV Lemoyne. Give us a shout out. You can tweet me, Tommy Vasquez 0. We'll post everything so you can see it. Hit us up with some suggestions. We'd love to sort of play with your minds, so to speak.
Well, that's it for the countdown. I'm Megan Cashone,
I'm Tom Vasquez.
and thank you for watching.